What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of TNC Reacts. I know it's been a while since I did an opening, but this video required me to do it. It's with Dr. Umar Johnson and the Daily Wrap-Up crew. Those dudes are fire. I really enjoy their videos, but there's some things that Umar Johnson was talking about that I wasn't really a fan of, and I wanted to address from a different perspective because those guys are younger. I don't know if they've experienced the same things as someone that is in my age range that has actually seen things grow and manifest since the 80s all the way up. So I wanted to comment on it. I want y'all to check it out with me. So let's get to it.
Talk to black men in America will not be tolerated over there.
Why the fuck is it
But it's not
tolerated?
tolerated here. That's what we're trying to tell them.
Well, over here, I want to say this to us, though. Because we try to act like the way sisters treat us doesn't have a history that we are not at least partly responsible for. Let's be honest. The black woman has had to hold down the black house by herself, although imperfectly. She's had to do it by herself since the mass incarceration of black males began in the 1970s. You understand me? Most of our children are raised by a single mother right now. And it has been that way for about 50 years. So when a sister says, I don't need a man, because she couldn't find one strong enough to hold her down. Or when you meet a woman and you say, sister, I'm strong enough to be your man. You ain't got to work or you ain't got to pay the bills or whatever. Pull back. I got you. And she can't do it because all the other men before you who disappointed her. So what I'm saying is, black men, we got to be patient with our women because we created that personality.
Now, this is the part I disagree with them in. We have to have patience while dealing with the aspects of disrespect, random mood swings, irritation, things that they have not healed from. We have to be the punching bag for what said other men have done to them, based on their choices, based on the way they understand life as being normal, all of these things. But the fact that he said that for 50 years this has been going on, what does this tell you? If women have been handling the households for 50 years, that's multiple generations. That's 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4, depending on how young they started having kids. There has been no improvement. Now, you can say whatever you want. Well, there's no men around, there's no men around. But if women do it better, I don't need no man, all of these things, why is it that they were incapable of improving the community by themselves, which then proves what? That men are needed, right? So let's get back to it.
We created that. And then we want to act like we didn't play a role.
We have to be held accountable for their poor selection.
No, you have to be held accountable. No, you have to be held accountable because they have a poor selection. See, what you're saying, you're selecting a poor mate. And what I'm saying is they don't have much to select one, so of course you're going to end up with a poor mate. And
now, this is the problem I have with this. I'm going to probably stop it a couple times, bear with me, but I'm very passionate about this. He's making it sound like there are not good black men out here. That all that these women have is just terrible men to pick from. That's all they have. There's no good men out here. That is a clear lie any way you look at it. There's men that go to school. There's men that work every day. There's men that are waiting for a wife. They're waiting for it. But the women that they're running into are damaged, hood, whatever epithet you want to use towards it. But to make it sound like women don't have these options is a lie. They just don't want those options. And he needs to be honest about that.
And why is she going to end up with a poor mate? Because we as black men are not raising black boys to be the men that our women need. We are not. They out there killing themselves right now. What we doing about it? Unemployed black males, what we doing about it? Pants sagging, weed smoking, what we doing about it? Black men are not raising black boys to be the men our community needs. That is 100% our fault. What I'm saying is she got a right to be angry with us. She got a right to be angry with us.
I understand
we have
that.
not been on our job as black men. If the men are the providers, what have we been providing for our community? I'm not speaking you individually.
Yes.
Because you may be a damn good father. You may be a damn good father. You may be a damn good father. But guess what? What are we doing for the community? What are we doing for the children who don't have a father?
Now, this is where I'm going to jump in again. Because we have to be realistic. I have seen not even just from myself, but from other black men that are in the communities. There have been men who have had their lives taken for trying to walk up and talk to these young men. Hey, what's going on? What do y'all like to do? Hey, hey, you probably shouldn't be doing that. There's kids around, so on and so forth. Man, you gotta adhere to this, or just trying to talk to them. Man, get out of my face, oh dude, woo, woo, woo. And they might blow their brains out. I've tried to talk to young men, and I'll see their mothers come up interjecting and saying, "No, don't talk to my son." But why? If I'm speaking knowledge to the young man, hey, what's your thing in school? Like, what do you like to do in school? Oh, I like this, I like that. Oh, that's a great thing. Hey, stick with that. You know what I mean? It's gonna mean something when you get older. Make sure your education is up because it opens doors for you. I'm trying to give these kids the knowledge that I didn't get from the people I seen around me, like dudes, they was just a bunch of hood dudes. They trying to tell you to stay in school, but they're not giving you a reason as to why. I'm providing them with the whys. But you'll see mothers come in and, snatch up their kids from dudes trying to educate them. It happens a lot, which he's not acknowledging.
You don't think the black woman got a right to be angry when she been raising 2/3 of the kids by herself for 50 years? And the minute she raised her voice, we say she not humble enough? She had to become masculine to survive the domestic abuse. Are you telling me you can't see how we created that?
I understand that.
Oh, I'm glad he said this. I've been wanting to talk about this for years, dude. Let's really talk about this. All of those things that happened was not the new generation of men. That was from people that were either older, same age, all of that. Guess who found out about it? If they've been raising them for 50 years, if women have been doing it for 50 years, I can guarantee you a lot of men did not know about these said situations. What did they do? The grandmothers, the mothers covered it up. Or they blamed the one that got violated. Just being real. We got to talk about that. No one talks about that stuff, but it is well known. If you really ask people, the family members knew who were the ones that was violating the kids. Just keep them away from them instead of getting that individual locked up. Why? Because they cared so much and loved their family that they didn't want to see them in prison. But they would let the children suffer in the process of that. So the graping, the violation as a child was protected, or at least allowed to an extent, by the matriarchy in those communities. I'm sorry, it's just the truth. Because this has been known that when you ask people about it, they said, no, don't say nothing. I don't want to ruin the family. But that was told to them. I'm sorry, man. I can go on a rant about that, but let's get back to it.
Hey, but she needs
if
to
we
be
was
more
loving
selective.
our women and taking care of our women, do you think she would be like that? That personality has a history.
If she's picking Pookie and Ray Ray instead of
you're making her a scapegoat.
No, she's picking a scapegoat.
No.
There's good quality men that they ignore.
Why she even got it? Why is there even a Pookie in the selection?
You gotta ask something.
No. I'm gonna tell you why there's a Pookie in the selection.
What?
Because black men have abandoned black boys and have allowed social media, white media, athletes, and rappers to raise them. That's why she with Pookie. If we never allowed Pookie to develop, she would not have a Pookie.
Now, that's cap. That is cap. I wish I had a hat to throw on right now. That is pure cap. I have seen kids that were raised in good households that still chose to do the dirt. Still chose to going through the rough stuff, want to be gangsters, want to be killers, want to be drug dealers, want to do all of that. They made those choices because they thought it was cool. He said media and all of that stuff. It's not just the media. Media wasn't as heavy as it is today. Back in the 90s, it wasn't that prevalent. Yeah, you had the music, but parents used to actually see what you were buying. There wasn't no cell phones that you could pull out and play whatever music you wanted to play. But he comes from a hopeful place. I'm going to be honest. He comes from a hopeful place, but he's not coming from an honest place. Because every culture has Pookies and Ray Rays. White, black, Indian, Native American, Asian, Spanish. Doesn't matter. It comes, every culture has it. It doesn't matter what you do. There are just some people who are bad eggs. It doesn't matter. What matters is, what does she find to be attractive?
If we're going to be men, the first thing we got to do is take responsibility for why our women feel the way they feel.
I can hear that.
I'm not saying that they're right to disrespect, because even if a woman disrespects me, right, that still don't give me a right to disrespect her, because she's still the queen of the community. Even if she not acting like it, I'm going to give her that respect. But when I hear brothers talk like this discourse we having now, we act like we don't understand.
No,
There's reasons for that shit.
I do understand. Women are so valuable. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think women ground men and help them, propel to the next level. I think men get further in life with a woman, right? But if I'm a hardworking man, but I'm only looked at as resources,
okay,
and then she's ready to jump on Tom, Dick, and Harry because he got flash, he's shining a little bit more, his access to money is quicker than mine. It's kind of hard to have that.
Well, no, one, I agree with you, but that's not all sisters.
No, it's not.
If you're constantly running into that type of woman, then the problem is you, because you're attracting a certain low vibrational energy. Why
not have that same energy for women?
Now, he's right. If you keep picking the same type of women, bro, you got to check yourself out. You got to look at yourself like, why is it that I keep picking these female versions of Pookies and Ray Rays? These buzzards, hyenas, whatever. Why am I still involved with these type of women? So I will give him that. He is definitely correct. But he is creating a scapegoat, putting it all on men. But granted, if you want to be a leader, you have to understand every aspect of the board. But at the same time, you don't give leeway to these people, because at the end of the day, us as human beings, we have the one thing that makes us better than every other creature on the planet, and that's choice. We are not just out here functioning based on a primal instinct. We have choice. So you have to hold them accountable for that.
You just again, you held
because
the man
we having a
responsible.
conversation as men.
Yeah.
I got plenty of interviews with all women where I check them too.
Right.
But as a man, you should not be concerned about what I say to them. No. As men, we should be concerned of what we're going to do to produce a better generation of black males for tomorrow. That's the only that is where we should be focusing.
Women bring the choice of life, right? We understand that, right? I can't have a child unless a woman agrees.
And she can't carry one if you didn't put it in her.
I agree with that 100% too, right? But whether or not, if you want that child or not, she can still make that decision. It's only up to her.
If you don't put a seed in her, nothing else happens. And
now, he's right. If you don't put the seed in her, that's what it is. But I will tell you this. There are women out here who have accepted the seeds of ain't-ish dudes. Ain't-ish dudes, they will take the seed, have the child, and let that dude disappear. Knowing that he was going to disappear anyways. I picked up a woman for Lyft one time. The dude told her he never wanted children with her. She allowed him to shoot the club up. Pregnant. He told me to my face, I don't want no child with you. I don't want nothing with you. Woo, woo, woo. She said, but I'm still having the baby. Bad decisions all around. But it still goes back to the dude that shot the club up. Obviously, this dude's an idiot. Facts. But she got to be a bigger idiot for knowing that he didn't want a kid and allow that to still happen. That's all I'm saying. Straight up. Oh, well, birth control shots, that makes my body do-do-do-do. Make the mug rare rubber. That's all you got to do. I'm just saying. But let's get back to it, because I'm going to leave a link down in the description so you can see the rest of the video. I'm going to let it run a little bit more, and then we're going to be done.
No woman can make you put a seed in her. Facts. So the original act was the responsibility of a man.
True. I mean,
all right. So did black men willingly leave the household, or was it the system that was?
It was systemic.
All right. So how if we giving them grace for them having to do it without us, but it wasn't our fault, how are we not getting that same grace and that same respect?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Why?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because black men, as the leaders of the community, now
we can't be leaders.
Here's the question we got to make. That? Here's the question. Because the argument y'all make feeds into the feminist agenda.
What?
Okay.
It's an argument that says I don't want the responsibility.
I'm gonna leave that
I
at
don't want
home,
to
though.
fix shit.
No.
Right?
No. No.
I'm gonna fall back and let her run everything. That's what the feminists tell. They say, look at them making excuses for why they can't be better men, making excuses for why they can't make better men. You understand? Your argument feeds the feminist narrative.
That's
and it's
not.
dangerous.
That's not what we're making
That's not,
excuses
that's
for.
what we not. I'm saying I am the better man, but I shouldn't be held responsible because you wanted to choose a Pookie and a Ray Ray. That's not me. I work too
And
hard
I'm
in
gonna
my
go back
life.
to what I said. Pookie and Ray Ray shouldn't exist. And the only reason why Pookie and Ray Ray exist because we're not in the community making those boys the men they need to be. Do you see
right.
that?
And,
She don't get a Pookie if you didn't allow a Pookie.
But she got.
So, like I said, I'm going to leave the rest of the video down in the description because it is a very good conversation, but I'm going to be honest. I do not like the idea where someone's like, I'm working my tail off to make myself better and show I'm the better man, but she still chooses someone who is not that. And to say, but that's your fault because that is on you because that's for the next generation. Hold on now. If I'm in the same generation as another dude who ain't ish, but she decides to go that direction instead of looking at me, that's not on me no more. I showed that I was the better caliber of a man, and she chose opposite. That's not on me no more. That's on her. You can't. There's gonna be ain't shit dudes in any population. The same way that you can grow vegetables, grow roses, and all of that. What you gonna get? You're gonna get some weeds in there. The goal is to pluck them out. But how do you pluck them out? By not allowing that one to continue to put seeds in you. That's just real. So, yes, some things Umar Johnson was talking about was correct. Was, hey, we got to make the community better. Facts. But at the same time, we can't sit and act like we have control of these women's minds. We don't. We don't have control of their minds. We don't have control of the things that they are attracted to. The moment that starts happening, we go back to the ideology that men are controlling. All they do is this, and this. This is not part of the feminist agenda. It is, oh, well, men are just, feminist agenda, men just pull back and say, I ain't going to deal with it. No, what men are saying is, we are not cleaning up the mistakes of past individuals. You choose me, I'm going to treat you right. But if you keep continuing to choose ain't-ish dudes, that's not on us. We'll just weed y'all out and we'll start working on bettering the community over here because that's obviously not what you want to do. Hey, take it how you want it, but that's just the facts of the matter. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments section. It's been a while since I did one of these. You know, tell me your comments down in the section and be on the lookout for more videos. All right, everybody? Peace.